Hello, this is Vincent Burnett of Wonder Code Studios. In my last video, I demonstrated a system that was capable of surfacing a very large virtual world and you doing it very efficiently with very little memory and not much effort because it's done procedurally. And it looked pretty good, and here it is. But the problem is that I don't have any foliage or rocks or detailed objects of any sort. And in this video, I want to demonstrate my foliage system. My first approach to foliage was to use a similar system to what I did before, and use height and slope textures to distribute grass types of different at different concentrations. The problem was is that it was hard to get the grass, associated with the appropriate material. So I mean, you wouldn't want grass on rock, right? And you'd want these green patches of terrain. You'd want maybe grass on them. And so what I did is I did a system that's basically associates various grass elements to each material. Let's look at that system right here. Okay, right here in this bottom pull down, you see a bunch of grass IDs. You open it and you see a list of two integers. The first integer is a grass ID. The second ID is a mesh ID. Now this system uses 4 built-in meshes. Additional meshes can be added into the system, but I'll discuss that later. So right here, let's look at this terrain type right here, or this soil type right there. And let's go back to our terrain material and look at the pixel shader node network. So let's right click that. Okay, so we're looking for materials that look like what we have where we're at, and it turns out it's material ID 5. Okay, so this here is material ID 5, and so what we do is we go back here and we want to put some grass there, and we click on this button. Right here we created the grass types. Here we click on the material to grass pop up, and first box is a pull down for the material ID. Okay, we want to select 5 because this is material 5, right? And right now we don't have any grass types associated with it. 255 is an invalid grass type, so none of these have any grass, don't produce any grass. And basically no material has grass right now, but we're going to put grass on material 5. So we're going to put grass type 0 on material 5. We're going to click this to 0.9. Note you can have this greater than 0 if you want really thick grass. Click B for build, and you click B again, and that's necessary to build the various buffers and resources required by the system. Okay, and then we just let's load a material here. This is a rather thick material, surfacing material, so it takes a while to load. Okay, it got loaded. Let's build them. Build that material. Okay, it's been built. Okay, you can see we've got grass on this material, but we don't have it in other grass types. Now, not all this material is going to be filled up with grass, but most of it is now. because of the concentration that we have. If you set the concentration higher, it will cover more of the material with grass. Okay, and another thing we want to do is we want to set up transparency. Let's build up this material. Let's go here. Let's go to create another grass type, and we've got grass ID 1, and let's set it to 3. Whoops. Okay, we did that. Now we have to go back into this pop-up. We're going to use this here, and we're going to use grass ID 1. See, here we have grass ID 1 is using mesh 3 built in, which is using the last built-in mesh. And let's give it a concentration of 0.5. Like B again and B again, and then we've got to reapply the material so it can pick up those new buffers. Okay, now you can see we have a bunch of flowers here. See these little yellow flowers? Like right there and right there and right there. Another thing I like to do is go here in this mat. And set the alpha blend. Okay, and it looks a little stiffer that way. I mean, when you look at it through the edges there, maybe I just go like this. Okay, now let's import a mesh. So we're going to import a flower, and to do that we're going to right click, add mesh, and we're going to call it flower. And then we're going to import a light wave object, and the object we're going to import is in this object directory, and it's called FlowerX. There. I see. Just a second. Here it is, FlowerX. Okay, to be imported, the object must have less than 42 triangles. So we're gonna click apply. We get a pop-up, and just click apply again, and then you can see now we have this new mesh, and it says it has 28 triangles, so it should be usable. Now to import it into here, we just select it and then drag and drop it in there. And now what we have to do is we want to create a new grass type for it. Okay, and we want to set the mesh ID to 4, right? Because we have 4 built-in meshes, and they're starting at index 0, so mesh index 4 would correspond to the 5th mesh, which would be the first non-built-in mesh, and that's what we have. Okay, so we do that. Now we have to click in here, And we're going to go to this material 5. And we're going to choose another one of these. And we're going to call it 2. Because it's going to be grass ID 2. And we're going to give it a concentration 0.4. We go click B for build again. B again there. And we go. We have to re-init the material. Okay, you can see we have these purple flowers here. See those purple? They're purple on one side and then they're green on the other. See, you come from it behind. There's, so I don't know, purple might not be the best looking flower, but the thing is you're going to get all this grass wherever you go on this material in the world. So we just created, you know, a whole bunch of, a whole amount of that. Okay, it looks not bad. There you go. Thanks. Bye.